Okay, one of the big questions we get asked in Bristol is how do I paddle on one side? Well, first of all, why would you want to paddle on one side? Well, switching is totally part of the sport. It's totally fine to switch sides. No issues with that at all. It becomes a challenge once you start paddling in wind or chop or swell. You may find that you need to paddle on the downwind side for a bit. You may find that there's rocks in the way, so it is important to be able to paddle on both sides for extended periods of time. So we're going to show you how to do that. So Kate, if you could just pop your paddle in position. Okay, so when we're paddling forwards normally, we would have our blade perpendicular to the board, like this. Okay? Most amount of power, loads of grip. What we want to do is just adjust that slightly so we've got an angle. Okay? So instead of being perpendicular, the blade is slightly tilted out like that. Okay? It's going to come in and then down the side of the board. There we go. A few more demos of that. Nice. Brilliant. And it's just going to drag the nose of the board towards the blade slightly. Okay? And that's going to compensate for the blade, for the tendency of the board to move away from the blade. So if we just go out and have a couple of examples of that. So look at that angle of Kate's blade at the beginning of the stroke there, and how quickly it comes back into being that perpendicular position for the most amount of power. You do lose a little bit of power obviously at the catch, at the start of the stroke there. You're going to lose a bit of power, but in return you don't need to switch sides all the time. Okay, so it's a bit of a magic one for not switching sides. Loads more speed, loads more power, loads more efficiency. Okay, and crucially, if you're paddling in the sea, loads more stability as well.